Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's 1-1 draw with Falkirk, and as you can see I'm celebrating. Well, I'm not celebrating that, but we'll get to that in a minute. By the way, notice this is Laphroaig, the finest malt whisky there is. And not a lot of people know this, but Laphroaig in Gaelic means we are the people. So I'm hoping after the events of post-match yesterday, we really will become the people again. Anyhow, I'll put this down so I can just do a quick resume of the game. Yet another disastrous game. What happened yesterday? Well, what's happened the whole season? That's what happened. We played worse than the opposition. The opposition were stronger, got stuck in better organised. They were first every ball, they were first every second ball. They seemed to know what they were doing. They played with an energy and a pace and a confidence which we were totally devoid of. So to get a 1-1 draw was actually a bit of an achievement because we didn't even deserve that. So poor were we. For once, the opposition, no matter who it was, actually surpassed us in all the stats apart from possession, and that was closer than normal. But in terms of stats, they had more shots at goal, they had more shots on target, and it just showed how dominant they were, apart from, as I say, possession, because we pass it about in our own half for about 5 minutes at a time. The worst stat was the fact that we only had 2 shots on target against Falkirk. A few weeks ago when Hearts beat us at Ibrox, I was saying to people, the way we are playing, it's as if the players are deliberately trying to be so bad that they get the manager sacked. So I would say that's similar to yesterday. Jack Butland was good. Cornelius was probably the best man in our team. I'd maybe give pass marks to Conor Barron, and that was it. The rest of them were a shambles. It was as if they were playing to get the manager sacked. So, well done, lads, if that was the intention. I was downcast after the match, but a few hours later, I was elated because the Americans have finally got the finger out and fired this charlatan, this dud of a manager. So goodbye, Russell. Hope we never hear of you again being a blight on any other club, no matter how lowly it is, because you are not a manager or a head coach. You're a charlatan. You talk your way into jobs, presumably, and then proceed to ruin the club that you're in charge of. So bye-bye, Russell. Nobody's going to miss you. Maybe the next home game in 2 weeks' time against Dundee United, we might even get 50,000 there. Ditto the following game against Kilmarnock, and it now gives us a chance, I would say, of beating Celtic in the League Cup semi-final, because they're no great shakes either, but they're better than us. Well, we had this dud as a manager, so I'm feeling optimistic already. I feel we do have enough good players to be a decent team, if only we had the correct management and coaching and style and mentality from the top seeping into all the players who don't seem to have it, most of them right now. Who do I want as the new manager? I don't care really. Ted Lasso would be better than this guy. I just want them to produce a team that's fitter than we are, that gets stuck in, has heart and determination. I want to see wingers who wing, defenders who defend, strikers who actually get service so they can strike, and midfielders who can tackle, harass the opposition, and when they've got the ball, actually go forward with it and pass it. Not too big a shopping list, I would say. So there must be somebody out there, I don't care who can actually produce a team with the players we've got that can actually succeed in that and start winning league games, and who knows, maybe even end up winning the League Cup if we get the right guy in the next 2 weeks. At least they did it at the right time. They could hardly ignore everything that was happening, the way the fans were feeling. So at least they didn't wait until this morning. They did it last night, so that was a further plus. So anyhow, goodbye to him. I don't even want to think about him ever again, unless it's to compare the new manager and say, look, this is a real manager compared to that poser, Russell Martin. That's the only context I want to see his name in. yesterday's game, not much to say really. As I've already said, Falkirk were the better team. They scored a cracker of a goal, 25-yarder, 15 minutes from the end. What's new? Took a deflection, slight deflection off Suter's knee, I think, and into the net. And that sums us up. Suter sort of just sticks out a leg to block it. If you're going to do that, you charge the ball down. You don't just stick out a leg and hope it'll deflect the ball away from the goal. Other teams, they've got guys who throw themselves in front of that to block it. Not us. We don't have that sort of player. 25-yarder to equalise, and Jack Butland actually saved us, I think, a couple of minutes from the end, from 90 minutes, when he did a good save that should have been the winner for Falkirk. You just can't keep going like that the way we've been. Hopefully we'll have players playing in their proper positions with instructions to just get the ball, go forward, run forward with it or without it, get into space, look for forward passes, and when the opposition have it, harass them, press them high up the park. And hopefully we've seen the end of this. Jack Butland passing it to Suter in his own area, who then passes it to Tavernier at the side of the area, who then passes it back into the area, and then eventually it's going to be lost, and the ultimate cause of that will be them fiddling about in the area, giving it to the opposition with a chance to actually score. Thankfully, it's only happened maybe once or twice this season, but it's always going to be a danger. So hopefully whoever the new manager is, that won't be his style. Nobody needs to play like that. Football's been played for 160, 70 years, and it's never been played like that until recently, and there's a reason for that, because it's too dangerous. No matter how good you are, there's always a mistake waiting to happen. So let's hope we've seen the end of that, and who knows, maybe the fans will be back to being optimistic again, looking forward to going to the game, enjoying the game while they're actually in the stadium, and seeing a league win. That's a rarity this season. So let's hope from 2 weeks' time it starts happening most of the time, not just once in 7 games or whatever it's been. So bye bye Russell, forget about yesterday. Falkirk did us a favour. Maybe they didn't need to, maybe the writing was on the wall for them, but who cares, as long as the end result is bye bye Russell, and good riddance to you.